but I've run the calculation. You've got this.
The numbers are just flying through the air.
The Matrix is just like, here it is.
I used to be like all poppy passive. Oh man. But yeah, looking at those bans coming out. First ban Callista, as we had last game, followed by Gragas. Everything is exactly the same as game 1 so far. Even the side selection is HUMA opted towards red side in their choices, 1, 3, and actually just 1 and 3. Game 5 is going to be swapping up.
Yeah, you don't get to choose all 5 games. That'd be OP.
And then yeah, Inspire chose blue for their side selection. So I'm going to have the same for the first 4 games. And Rammus will be banned. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, same as game 1.
Yeah, same as game 1.
So Lulu,
same.
I predict the next one will be Braum.
Is it gonna be? Oh my!
And the last one will be Alistair.
You are gonna be. Wow. How do you do this? I need to borrow that crystal ball of yours because
Alistair.
That would be. Let's see.
No, ruined.
Oh, it's like when there's a psychic and it's just like it's trolling him. Yeah.
That's why you do
actually see through. Well, I mean, Alistair's got to be first picked here then. Like, I'm trying to think. So Lucian would be available.
Nidalee maybe they first picked Nidalee last time.
Alistair is up, Nidalee is up, Lucian is first pickable, but I don't know whether it's that high priority. We have seen that a couple of times. Corki is also available, although, as we have talked about, Corki...
Your first guess was right, Strauss.
Okay.
You should have stuck to your guns.
Should have stuck to it.
You'd been like, Alistair, 100%.
Dear.
Yeah, I stuck to my guns, and I shouldn't have done, but... Alright, so HUMA, you just mentioned all these champions that are still available.
They're
like
still available.
Nidalee, yes, because that's how it works. When Alistair's locked in, the other picks are still there.
Locks out like 5 of the picks.
Okay, so I mean, some picks like you don't want to draft into it.
I mean, if I'm Rudy, I'm here thinking, well, I've got to take the Nidalee.
I'm thinking jungle only.
Max Law's Nidalee. Well, I mean,
if I'm
fits
Rudy,
in this situation, but no, I think you've got to take the Nidalee. It was very strong for Max Law when it comes to his ability to react to everything HUMA were trying to do in the early game. I mean, Rudy tries to put Maxlow behind him. Maxlow goes, great, I'm going to be 15 CS up on you at 5 minutes. Deal with it.
Yeah.
So they do take it away.
Yes, there we go. Nidalee will be taken away there. Corki as well will be going to Godbro. Maybe Godbro. Could be Holy Phoenix. We've actually seen Holy Phoenix pick that up before, but it's a flex. So could go in either one of those roles. Waiting for Inspire now. So Kozuki played Corki last game, of course, so...
There is a slight danger here, in that the fact that Inspire have now got Alistair, which doesn't fulfill the same role as a Trundle, but Alistair is infinitely better at diving. So if you get into another situation where Inspire have the early game lead from a jungle matchup against HUMA, and then can transition it in the same way, and just go behind turrets, there's a possibility that Inspire could look to do exactly the same thing again here.
Maybe. It looks like Inspire is drafting HUMA's composition from last game. Like, okay, the Alice is different, but they have the Nautilus now, the Ezreal.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
I'm probably not going to see that in mid lane, but again,
I hope not.
It's like a weak flex. It's like...
I think we saw that in the game at IEM, if I remember.
Ezreal mid?
Or they were talking about it. I can't remember whether it actually got locked in. Oh, the Sivir! The Sivir is locked in! I'm so ready for this. Oh, my, actually, looking at this comp from HUMA, if ever there was like step up to a turret and just kill it, just keep going, it's this. Because like Sivir just pops ult, you either move back from the turret as the enemies, or you're probably gonna die. With a Corki and Nidalee, a Sivir running at you. I like it.
What you pick now though for like, I guess, top lane?
I guess
like a big beefy tank or like a carry.
So there's always the comp we used to be like brainless. Maokai Sivir is so good. It's so good at going past turrets, and actually is an option if they wanted to go for it. It would be incredibly heavy magic damage with a Nidalee, a Corki, and Maokai, so maybe they won't opt for that. It is an option. It depends on what Inspire actually want to lock in as well.
Graves.
So that's Graves jungle.
Yes.
Which we saw MLXG play a lot. At IEM.
Yep. It's good.
Yeah, he was good. I don't know.
Yeah, is Graves good or was MLXG good? Like,
I don't... This is a difficult point to convey, because when somebody does so good on a champion, it's just like
it's
hard to disprove it. I feel like Graves jungle is not a top tier jungle pick right now, and I feel fairly confident in just saying that. I feel like an Elise and Nidalee I feel is stronger than that. Even the Gragas is better. Lee Sin, I think, is better.
Yeah. It's easy to justify because of like if you just look at the tier list and the different patches that have come through, like the big nerfs that hit Graves a couple patches ago was really massive.
But what it will do is give a source of damage that is AD. You'll also have that innate tankiness to go alongside your Nautilus with your Alistair as well. Clear. You got the wave clear. So there are, you know, bits and pieces here. Is that a Jax? It is. Whirlib is going to be on Jax in this game. Well, man, we haven't seen that in a while from him.
No, but I mean, Jax was like his champion in LCS. He was like the pick that like won games for Jax sometimes.
Yeah.
I was expecting maybe we'd see like a Jax game 5 with like the side swap up, and it's like,
Bring
you know what? I know we're blue side and we don't have kind of pick, but first pick the Jax. Let's go in. But no, okay. So Jax coming out from Whirlib.
Okay. So.
All right.
I mean, Jax is destroying solo queue in general.
When is he not stressed?
Because he's incredibly difficult to deal with, expecting to see Guinsoo's Rage Blade built on this Jax. Not sure of the exact itemization of when, because if you build it first, very squishy, don't really have the ability to sustain, but have this insane damage when you get...
The spike is absurd,
it just goes off and you can just push lanes forever. So, Jax is locked in. It gives them a good duelist off in a side lane, somebody that's going to split push the entire game, and I don't think Inspire really have anything to deal with that. Like, they got a Lissandra who can clear the wave. I would not want to be a Lissandra in front of a Jax, because once your ult is gone, once, you know, any way of halting this Jax is gone, you're dead.
All right, well, jump back on Twitter, use the hashtags IEWin or HMAWin. Last time, you were definitely correct, swaying slightly towards Inspire last game, and they won that first one. We'll see if they can make it 2-0 in this best of 5 as we get into this one, But yeah, I wanna see what the answer late game is to Jax, because it will initially be the wave clear. Kozu needs to hold his ultimate for as long as possible. He is running teleport in this game, so he is most likely going to be the person who's sacrificed to the Jax god.
Just put him in. Just go.
Take him, not me. Oh, Warlight won the game, landed the Q. Got it. Oh, 2 for 2.
Holy Phoenix is like, man,
make it a third. Nope. Okay.
Holy Phoenix is beginning to think, man, should I have taken Spell Shield first? No, don't. Oh, it's Whirlib, top lane though.
Titan's Wrath first by Sartorius. Interesting. Max Law, just more damage. Chase him out of his jungle. Get off my lawn. And Whirlib will have to go back to base.
For the record, no, Holy Phoenix should not take Spell Shield first, just in case anybody thinks I'm serious with that. Like, please don't do that.
If you want to play the mini game against Ezreal, you do.
Yeah, you just play catch for like the first minute.
But then you kind of want
no
Boomerang
lane
Blade,
presence.
right? You want Boomerang Blade so you can return fire.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it depends whether you feel like a good defense is the best defense is a good offense. Like,
but there is no offense in that. Like, it's not like Rammus where you just like take an auto attack and deal damage back. It's like you just spell shield and get some mana. And you're full mana anyway.
Oh, Sartorius. Observers oh, okay, they were just showing us the ward. Sorry, I was like, is somebody in there? I'm waiting to see who's in there. No, that was just the ward. I think you've misunderstood the saying, Pulse, about a good defense isn't, you know, the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah. I'm
not talking about, like, Rammus. It's just that you go out and kill them before they kill you.
I'm sorry I didn't read the Art of War stress. Like,
you should
what is this?
Hey, look, Sun Tzu. You just know yourself, know your enemy. That's all you gotta do.
Got it. Well, top lane, Sartorius, he knows he's against Jax, and actually he's doing pretty well against him in the early levels. Titan's Wrath is pretty good, because obviously the E from Whirlib doesn't block Titan's Wrath, the damage over time. And Sartorius can block a lot of the early damage and harassment from Whirlib.
Whirlib's just getting hit down.
Yeah, he gets a level 2 first over him, so it's okay, and the wave will push towards Sartorius. Also means Sartorius not going E first doesn't auto push the wave, so it pushes it towards Jax, so it's a little bit better. But Nautilus should have the advantage regardless in this lane.
But then the question comes, does Whirlib get caught out by Maxlaw? Does Maxlaw come top here? You can see Whirlib was even drifting down to the river while Sartorius stayed in the lane. And what that does is mean if Maxlaw actually went aggressive on him, he had enough time to move. Bottom lane engage.
Nice engage by Wendelbow to start it off. The flash from Holy Phoenix and the exhaust as well. Another flash from Maxlaw might be able to secure this kill. The reverse swing on the Q. Another flash by Warlight misses the Q, but lands the auto attack for the first blood. Going over to that Ezreal, first blood onto Inspire, starting this game strong. Still There has been no kill for HUMA in this entire series.
Once again, Inspire having a good start to the game. That time, the engage from HUMA. You've got to respect the flash from Wendelbo. When it's available, he will go in there. And that's one of the drawbacks of a champion like Sivir. Yes, you have a spell shield, but you have no innate escape ability when it comes to like a dash or a jump that Kalista would have that allows you to kind of get around some of these abilities and get yourself away. So Holy Phoenix getting caught out. Double summoners were burned on him. Exhaust is down as well from Cast. So Inspire in a really good spot again.
Godbro saying, look, I can bully you with the Quinn and I'll bully you with your own champion as well. Get out of my lane.
Well, we'll see if it converts into a kill.
Yeah, like he tried so hard and got so far.
I have this horrible feeling, Pulse.
What?
That Godbro is going to have like Cosq down to like 1 hit left.
And
he goes he Valkyries like under the turret and a minion dies right at the aggro range. Cosq gets level 6, ults him under the turret and just kills him. Like, I have this horrible feeling that Godbro, this is going to be like Groundhog Day for him, and the same thing's going to keep happening.
That's a dark prophecy, but we'll see if it comes true.
If that happens, I apparently stole your crystal ball. So I'm going to go out and get a lottery ticket if that happens.
Whoop.
Although...
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
I thought that was in range, but apparently not. And now he takes a lot of damage in return. Wendelbo will have to back away here.
I think, looking at the cooldown of Spell Shield, it was like instantly spell shielded, and for some reason the animation didn't show.
I mean, Headbutt was spell shielded.
Yeah, exactly. That is weird then.
And then I thought that, it was actually just slightly out of range, yeah. I just saw it again.
Yeah, I just checked it
again.
again.
Literally on the edge of the pulverize.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, it was right on just the tip of that was avoided.
I mean, a circle doesn't really have a tip. Like, it's an edge.
Yeah.
Just the edge.
Anyway, I've got nothing for you. Like,
top lane still doing what they're doing. Jax up against Nautilus. It's less abusive now for Jax at this point. The early levels are really brutal, but the lane is in a really nice position for Sartorius because Willow's open to ganks, but it does allow Rudy to go all the way in here, and Werleb is staying behind the minion wave. He's not changing his play patterns, so he's hoping maybe if he accidentally, quote-unquote, missteps, it will mean Sartorius wants to go in with the Q. And you can see him edging towards the bottom side of the lane to push Sartorius closer towards Rudy.
Oh, there was the push. Now, that means either Sartorius is going back, so Rudy starts his recall not to waste any time. Also, the fact Sartorius is level 6 now probably means you don't want to go aggressive on him.
Not that minion wave there.
That was just decent timing out of Rudy. Knowing that he was about to push that wave out means one of two things. Either he overstays and you'll realize it within the 8 seconds, or he's going back, so don't waste the time. Recall straight away.
Pretty much. Maxlaw in this jungle. Playing the jungle Graves, we saw a big fall-off outside of IAM, just kind of in like most regions, because the amount of damage he lost in his jungle clear was really significant. It's like over 90 damage at max rank that he lost. So he clears camp slower, he doesn't have the same wave clear he used to have innately, and it takes a longer for him to really scale up and be able to outduel people. So we saw less of it, but then, as you mentioned, Champion Select Stress, MOXG just showed everyone that jungle Graves is still good, so.
He did. I'm not overly skeptical, but I also feel a little bit burned by the LPL teams. I predicted QG would do very well at IEM, so I'm like, I don't believe anything you do. I've lost my faith. The faith will not be rewarded. But at this point, we have Woolite caught out by the traffic cone. That's a parking ticket.
Wendelbo will get the old combo onto Holy Phoenix. Boomerang Blade will be sidestepped on the reverse swing. And the overtime damage. Oh no. Minion was just in the way. But yeah, in the bottom lane, just the gradual harass out from Sivir's W is just really obnoxious.
Yeah, especially the later this game goes. I'm expecting the builds we've started seeing in solo queue is Essence Reaver into Static. Oh, Minion Taxi attempted. Oh, Wendelbo nice. Waited it out.
We'll get the knock-up onto Holy Phoenix, but the return damage from Zasui Cass. Holy Phoenix is actually not on
Not
the same
committing.
page. He doesn't really want to go in there. Teleport coming out, top lane. Here comes the dive, the 3-man onto Whirlib. Nice ultimate from Kozku, but he actually walks in range of the stun. And now the turnaround, that won't be a kill there. Rudy will pick up that one. Sartorius backing away so low. Only with the Titan's Wrath remaining. Spear comes out, doesn't quite connect. That was a 1-0. This one going over to HUMA. That was a sloppy dive from Inspire.
Very messy. Whirlib just able to survive. The ult from Lissandra was right under the tower, so they couldn't follow up the damage because the counter-strike was still spinning while he was in the Lissandra ultimate. So they didn't want a chance getting locked down under the tower. Let's take another look at the beginning of it. Look, Whirlib manages to start the animation of counter-strike. Maxwell and Sartorius can't go aggressive until that animation is completed. They don't want to get stunned down. Whirlib was so close to dying from that, and Rudy had enough damage to finish off Kozku while he was in close quarters.
The biggest misplay there was Kozku walked in range of the counter-strike even though Whirlib couldn't move. Like, he ulted him and then walked into the counter-strike. So he got stunned underneath the tower, took tower shots, took damage. If he was still alive and had one more auto attack, he would have killed Whirlib, and right now Inspire will be 2-0. That was just straight up a mistake. So getting a little bit sloppy in this game, but Inspire are still ahead by about 50 gold. So that is something to take to the bank. It's not a lot, but they'll take it.
It's better than the average gold lead we had for Copenhagen Wolves. 10 minutes, which is 1. It was good. It's a good lead. We are going to see...
I mean, if they can have that tomorrow against Millennium, then they'll be in really good shape, actually.
They would be in good shape.
Yeah.
We are very likely to see that Gwynsu's come out from Whirlib as a first item. I mean, there are a lot of things that build out a pickaxe, but
yes.
Tiamat
Frozen
items
mallet.
are
Let's
not
go.
typically Jax items, or at least haven't previously been. We don't really see a whole lot of Jax in competitive recently. I'm expecting that to be the Rage Blade. It is an item that even old Jax used to tempt to build just from the attack speed alone that you get from it. But now it's actually super, super good on him.
Yeah. There was a small change to Jax a couple patches ago, if I remember, where it takes a little bit longer for him to stack up now, but he does get 4% extra when he's fully stacked. So that is something. Mid lane, aggression from Kozku, but Max Law is there to support him. Valkyrie away by Godbro, and he's out.
That was a little bit rough there by the positioning on the way they were going aggressive. So Maxwell was already on a ward. Meanwhile, top lane, Rudy's here.
Pop the ultimate, gets the knocker from depth charge. Rudy gonna take a couple tower shots and back away. Maxwell's in the top lane now.
Kozku's roaming as well.
Nice CC. There's the collateral damage, and Maxwell will finish him off there with a real quick auto attack. Kozku heading up into the top lane, does have his ultimate, he'll be popping it on Rudy. A lot of bursts coming out, jumps into the turret, the quick draw.
Oh, dangerous
Kozku doesn't even fall down. The dangerous game. Also the catalyst propped as well because he leveled up. That's calculated.
Oh, that is by a hair. I saw his health ticking down as he went under the turret. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be close. Masteries and the catalyst keep him alive.
Oh, that was, maybe a little too close for comfort. But
they do lose mid tower for it. They should trade it for top tower. But importantly, it's going to slow down Whirlib a touch. He is down on CS. It's not the biggest of disparities for a Jax. Jax, once he reaches that 2 items, or at least used to be very strong. It used to be Blade of the Rune King and a Trinity Force. Now it's Gwynsu's, and...
whatever.
Well, I don't know whether Whirlib will go for Triforce as a second option because it's so expensive as a second item on Jax when you kind of only have a Gwynsu's first up. So I'm interested to see what he goes as a second item. This is the beginning of this. So a lot of people will say, why doesn't Rudy go in? Well, 1, he missed his spear, so isn't going to get the hunted additional damage. 2, if he goes under, Sartorius lands the auto, roots him in place for an extra tower shot, and Rudy dies from that. So Whirlib's already gone at this point. Here's Kozku going in under the tower. At this point, I'm like, well, he has ult, so he knows he can lock him down, but can he get back out in time? And that level up with the 5% extra and then the catalyst.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was close.
I have to feel like he's running dangerous game.
Yeah, but that is a much more well-executed dive than the one we saw earlier. The question always is, though, have you shut down Jax enough, though? Like, during that period where he's gearing up towards his first item, like, okay, he's about 20 CS behind, you killed him once, now top lane Whirlib might be getting a kill here as Rudy is coming in as well. And Sartorius turns around, This is like fake pressure because you don't have vision on the enemy jungle, and when you're ganking a person, he immediately turns around. It's like something must be up. Maxwell was like not even on any vision. He was just in the river, just walking up to top lane. It's like, oh, I better back away. Now he'll turn around onto Whirlip.
Completely away himself.
Whirlip will be backing off to this turret though, and Maxwell is finally into the top lane.
Man, they just cannot get Whirlip running on this Jax. You said, have they put him far enough behind? I mean, you can very rarely put Jax far enough, but Whirlip.
Potential mistake. He went back in because Cat was coming out, but now the teleport in from Cosq.
But he has to realize in that situation, yes, you have Counter-Strike running, but that's not really that effective against the Graves, who's going to Q you. And if you stand in it and take the damage, it will not be blocked. He just stood there and let the Q hit him.
Yeah.
I mean, great, you stopped the auto attack, but
I don't know if he was expecting his opponents to run away there because he had
just his presence.
Yeah, like he moves forwards and he's just like, if I stay alive for Counter-Strike to go off, and then Cass comes in, I can back away with Flash. He still had Flash available, by the way. Like he could have ward jumped perhaps, but yeah, it was somewhat questionable, but I can kind of see what he was going for. Like,
I can see why.
We'll see it again now.
Yeah, maybe there's something we missed at first. I can see why, but look at the damage that came out already, and then...
No, Counter-Strike already went off.
Yeah, and then he has no minions to block the Q. That's... I think he was just expecting Carsten Rudy to be able to put more presence out before, but then just did not respect Sartorius, did not respect Maxlor in that situation, and gets taken out from it.
It's probably like, Cass, why didn't you pillar the dredge line there, buddy?
Yeah, that would be funny. I'm expecting to see, well, I'm not expecting to see it, I just want to see that happen.
I mean, we had the potential in this game, Stress.
It's going to be like the game-winning play. It's like, gets it before it hits Holy Phoenix, who had a spell shield anyway.
What would be if it was on his own team? And it's just like he goes for the game-winning hook, and it's like, pillar!
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. 2 Iceborne Gauntlets, man.
Rageblade, though.
Yeah, Rageblade's complete. So now we get to answer the question of what does come next. Or what comes first.
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're like... So we're in a little bit of trouble.
Nope. U-turn.
I just feel like... So this Civ Epic is fine. Like, the Civ Epic's not a big problem. It will become more valuable in wave clear situations, but the problem is, look at the dive that comes from Inspire. They've got Alistair, they've got Lissandra, they've got Nautilus. Even the Graves is pretty good in situations. Oh, God, bro. Teleport's coming through.
He'll cleanse out of it.
Oh, it got cancelled.
He got cancelled, and Godbro will flash over the wall. Valkyrie, auto attack, ultimate, and Godbro picks up the kill. 1v1, top lane, Whirlip. Sartorius is running away for his life. Riptide comes out and will force Whirlip to back away. Both of them still have flash, so there's no real point in Whirlip burning his for Nautilus's, because honestly his is more valuable when it comes to the composition, but...
Well, Whirlip cancelled that teleport from Sartorius without having to flash or anything like that. I'm assuming he just walked up to him with Counter-Strike. Maybe Sartorius picked a really rough position. Yeah. What that did was really leave Cosq out on his own. Cosq just dies straight up. He's like, well, I know I can kill Godbro if I have my top laner here, if it's 2v1, but not if I'm alone. So HUMA have answered back a little bit. They've got their first 2 kills of the series. And they've got themselves a dragon, so no perfect game at all.
And there's another turret going down into
yeah.
So because the first game was so close to being perfect,
infinitely better than game 1.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Whirlip, he's now still farming up, but you can just see that like the spike you get from Gwynsu's is just so insane. Like you saw him losing that lane, he couldn't really go for the 1v1. As soon as you hit the item, now he's caught up in CS basically. Actually, just there's a big mini wave to hit Sartorius, but in the 1v1, like, Whirlip just wins now.
Yeah, that was our question, was who is going to be able to duel him, and that is a Jorum's Fist. Could be Sterix.
Or Titanic Hydra.
Yeah, could be Titanic. There's a lot of options available. I mean, Jax is fairly lucky that there are a lot of items that tend to synergize quite well with his kit.
Usually one attack speed from here.
Yeah, although remember Gwynsu's plus the passive.
Yeah, but you want something to go with it, because you want more auto attacks for the passive from Gwynsu's.
That's true, but at the same time, against a Nautilus, here comes the fight.
Package will be used for the disengage. True Shot Barrage will land onto Godbro as well. He'll be sitting behind his team now. There's a lot of healing going on from HUMA. Top lane Whirlup, he's still on his own island, and he should be able to protect this mid lane.
Yeah, you are right about attack speed in general, but against the Nautilus, he's not really returning a lot of damage that quickly. It's a lot of the upfront damage off the Iceborne, plus then the burn, or the kind of aura damage that comes from his W. Yeah, so you can kind of build it on minions, then transition. Here comes the dive.
Well, we will revisit this discussion as Holy Phoenix gets blown up in the mid lane. Kozq pops his ultimate, zones away from behind 2 players. The tower needs to go down before this fight continues, because Whirlup is looking for the kill onto Maxor. The flash auto attack takes him down. Now in the 1 versus 3, he picks up 1, 2, 3, and now the chase down to Wendelboe. This all turned around on Whirlup coming in here. Rudy, the shutdown, the takedown, and Woolite has to get away here. Cat is chasing after him, jumps over the wall of the arcane shift. Now that a 4 for 2, HUMA are back in this game.
Oh, that was a great TP from Whirlup to come in from the backside of the fight. He ended up dying in the fight, but he took 2 kills more than he probably should have in that situation. It looked like he was only getting 1.
Yep.
And then the last couple of hits kept him alive in this fight. Okay, so this is how good Inspire, or how their composition would want to play if they had full health in this situation. Holy Phoenix is gone. He's just out of this fight. There's a sneak peek at the TP coming through from behind from Inspire. So, Whirlup, he manages to get onto Maxlaw. They both burn flash. From here, it looks like it's curtains for Whirlup. It looks like he's down, and 2 low health targets is easy for a Jax to mop up like that. He survived for just long enough with the counter-strike with his ultimate running to stay alive, and that was why Whirlup on Jax, you gotta respect it. You put the Jax far behind, or behind early, but if he gets a couple of kills, he's now right back in this game.
I mean, that's also the strength of Dangerous Game. Like, when you're that low, you're basically getting full value out of Dangerous Game because it's 5% of missing health. So when you're like on 1%, you're just getting so much health back. So you can get a couple more auto attacks down and finish them off. It looks like it will be Titanic Hydra though, yeah. So that will speed up his split pushing very quickly. Like he'll just give waves now.
And it's going to help him
make him more tanky
in general,
as well.
more tanky, more damage. When he turns his attention onto that Nautilus, it's going to start hurting. So we'll see. Next guess is what's going to be 3rd item. I don't know yet, but we're going to see. I'm going to let Whirlup show us.
I predict Blade of the Rune King. Are you going to go for stress?
I was thinking Blade, but I was like,
Triforce maybe? What do you think?
No, I don't think Triforce. Maybe
defensive item?
More of a defensive. Maybe Sterix. Something like Sterix. Because like, if you end up in that situation with Sterix popping, he could also
he just kills everyone, right?
He also could go more for against the Lissandra, that kind of thing. Because if he does get locked down, there's a problem there.
I don't think a lot of the damage is coming from Kozq though. A lot of it is the follow-up from
I would agree, but think of how well more of Malmortius synergizes with Jax, his attack speed, and the passive once it gets from the life grip, life link. Like as soon as you get that extra life steal spellbound, when you just start hitting people, extra attack speed. Item's so good, man.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little bit hyphy about
Me too. I mean, I really want to know what it is now. We're so close to finding out the components as well, and that will start the ball rolling.
He's going to go null magic, and it'll bait us, because he's then going to make it into, like, Merc Treads.
Yeah, I don't go, really, no.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it hasn't even got tier 2 boots
I'm happy to see a Jax.
Yeah, I don't think any caster pairing has ever gotten this hyped over an item build. Maybe it's easy, right? Maybe that's the thing. Maxlaw, we're taking a spear there. That was not a high damage spear out from Rudy. He did go for Rod of Ages though. Top lane engage onto Whirlup. Going to be popping his own ultimate there. And it's just Cassie's underneath the tower taking so much damage, but Warline is overextended. Maxlaw also takes a beating. Whirlup's now into this fight, but he's coming in from the front door. He's going to find it very difficult to get on top of people. I was wrong. He just jumped on Sartorius and blew him out with the leap strike. Maxor is trying to get a bit of vamp coming out here. Rudy lands the spear onto Wendelboe. Will follow up with his pounce, and Whirlup now chases after with Rudy. Just needs one more spear. Maxor will doesn't need to sidestep it, and Rudy is still chasing.
Oh
no, that last spear not landing.
To Baron though. I mean, Jax on Baron doesn't have Blade of the Rune King. Still has very fast clear.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, Pulse. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's probably Sterix.
I baited you with the Hex Drinker. It's likely Sterix. It is only a Ruby Crystal, but...
Spirit Visage.
Yeah. Could be multiple things. Oh, Maxlaw's gone.
Yeah.
Good attempt. Nice kind of timing.
It was, yeah, it was good actually timing. We didn't see the Baron health there, but we saw it on our screen. It was very close, so yeah, he might be able to slide in and come in with the smite.
Oh, Inspire just getting chunked so hard by Godbro. Good hook onto Godbro, but the problem is Godbro's work is already done here. And so little of this game is about what Holy Phoenix is doing, and this is all about what Whirlib is doing, because Holy Phoenix is zoned away from the entirety of this fight. The rest of HUMA set this up and allow Godbro and Whirlib to come back into this fight. So from there, HUMA are in a good defensive situation.
Can I also just praise Rudy as well, because we're talking about how will he be able to fill the same shoes as Santa in, but he threaded the needle on that spear right there in the top lane. We have another fight opening up. This team just doesn't stop fighting.
TV coming through.
Rocket's coming out. True Shot Barrage. It's gonna fly off the map and probably hit someone else in Runeterra somewhere. Some poor Yordle just got hit by a banana.
This is where Inspire have a tough decision to make. They either have to fight right now or send somebody to deal with Whirlib. Problem is, look at Wendelbo's health. His ultimate is available, so if he can get into the fight very quickly, they've actually chosen the second option. No.
We're good.
They're taking 6 of one and half a dozen of the other at this point, because they tried to fight when they had a little bit of numbers advantage, plus send the Nautilus. Problem is, you either commit as 5 onto HUMA because your 5v4 is stronger, or you end up losing a top side.
Mid lane being pushed in. Godbro still putting damage onto Maxwell, but here comes Jax. Jumps in, lands the taunt, or rather the stun onto 3 people. Double kill comes out. Rudy now chasing down onto KozQ, who's going to be Zhonyaing up, but Whirlib will also take him out. 7, 3, and 2. And you are now seeing why this has been Whirlib's champion out of the LCS. That has won games for Giants, because he is turning up in this game.
He is big time, even after being put far behind. And Inspire, they tried to be a little bit more spread out, put the Nautilus in the top side to hold on to the top lane. Whirlib beat him to the fight, to mid lane. They didn't have the inner towers down yet, and they still got beaten across the map. Normally, you'd have to run the longer way through the jungle if you're Whirlib, but he's so far ahead that he just cuts down and comes in behind the team fight. Look at how low again Inspire are. Every time they get baited into these fights, they're super, super low. Whirlib comes up, and it's clean up city. Time and time again, just double kill before this fight really is all that old, and in for the triple. Man, I mean, Whirlib, you can't stop this at this point. There is nobody that can reliably deal with the Jax. We said that coming out of Champion Select. Who will deal with him if he gets even remotely into this game? There's no answer.
We were both wrong. It's Hextech Gunblade. He baited us.
What?
With the Ruby Crystal.
Okay.
It's like, because I saw the Ruby Crystal and then the Longsword, I was like, it's Styrax.
I was like, yeah, it's Styrax.
There's no way it's not Styrax. Nope, it's gonna build the Gunblade. But
I mean, Gunblade, think of how you're itemizing.
Yeah.
You got a hybrid item in Guinsoo's. You've now got additional hybrid item. Of course, gives you AD, gives you AP. It's going to heal you for the
it's also 15% the slow, which
of
is
damage
really good.
dealt. Yeah.
But okay, so here's like my internal dilemma, because I love Gunblade as an item and I want to build it on every champion, but I can't. Because you look at like Blade of Runen King, it also gives you a slow, also gives you extra movement speed so you can stick to people.
Yeah.
You saw him CC'd a lot in that fight, didn't really matter because no one could kill him, but like Merc Treads could have been useful, some sort of tenacity item. Gunblade is just like a really selfish option, so you deal more damage, and I'm not unhappy with that.
No, well, I guess it kind of makes sense in that situation. Inspire though, are behind in gold fairly significantly, and are like, we're gonna push out. And the reason for that is Whirlib, I was going to say his teleport's not available, but it is. I was going to say HUMA should be utilizing the Jax over in the side lane and teleporting back in. They've done it like 3 times this game already. So interesting that HUMA would give Inspire the space to push out bottom lane and now kind of neutralize a little bit of mid lane. Yes, Jax just shoved it in, just gave it that little extra, but that'll get cleared out. I don't want to see KozQ go all the way up to that lane. I'm pretty sure, has spotted the Jax out. So he should know he just doesn't touch that wave where it is. He has to wait for it to push in, and that's exactly what he does. It's big wave stacking in. KozQ will clear that very quickly on his own. So We're in a little bit of a lull period here.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we said at like 5 minutes in. Who's going to deal with late game Jax? Well, Kozq's going to be sent up there. Yes. He's going to have to try and clear the minion wave, and that's basically it. Weather's going to jump on him. Instant ultimate max stall, and Sartorius are coming in to close in. The 1 versus 3. Can he make it happen? Stun onto 2 people. And this is so much CC for Werlib to deal with. Even the True Shot Barrage comes out. But that means that Werlib is left all alone in the middle lane. Even with the ultimate, HMA will finish him off. Mid lane turret gets brought in here. Here comes the TP out from Sartorius, but he doesn't have his ultimate. In fact, they didn't have a lot of resources to go for this fight against HUMA. And Rudy will land a big spear and come out with the follow-up. Now Kozq's coming into the fight. He gets speared down. Warlight goes down. And now the rest of HUMA are looking to clean up this fight. Sartorius, he was trying to CC up the back line, but there's no team to deal the damage. Rudy is still following after, and Godbro will pick up another kill. 3 and 1, all at the cost of just Werlib. So many resources were used to kill him.
It was all a bait from Werlib in the end as well. He nearly took one with him, but managed to drag everybody to the top lane. That pushes down the middle inhibitor for HUMA, and that is critical damage. Keep in mind, Inspire were the ones that started this game in the lead. They managed to get themselves rolling early game, get the kill in the dual lane bot side with Maxlaw coming in for the help. But from there, HUMA just were able to turn that one fight with Werlib, where he's able to pick up those 3 kills. Yeah. And from there, they've never looked back. HUMA have been very good at utilizing Werlib off in the top side or off in a side lane, just like we did here. So in this situation, if Werlib has flash available, I'm like 90% sure Kozq, Kozq dies. If Werlib has flash to flash any of this crowd control, Kozq dies, and then probably Werlib kills the other 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say that 100%, but that's how strong Werlib is right now.
I mean, at that point, they'd run out of CC. Yeah. So they either
kill him there, runs around just auto-attacking them.
Yeah.
It was all a bait, though, because this was Inspire. Look at the damage. Again, Godbro is very quietly hitting 2 people with these rockets, time and time again here. Constantly landing AoE damage, shredding through Inspire, and it allows very easy cleanup on the rest of the fight. I mean, now we're into a Baron attempt from Inspire. This is last ditch if ever I've seen it. Jax has his TP, but he's in the bottom lane right now.
Can you say desperation, Baron? Because that's what I'm looking at right now from Inspire. Here comes the TP out from Kozq.
Werlib doesn't pull the trigger yet. Now he's coming in.
Everyone needs to run or just go for this fight. Kozq instantly comes in with the Zonies. He's trying to burst down Rudy, but Godbro is actually going to be falling first, and both mid laners will go down, but Jax is just tearing everyone apart. Holy Phoenix jumps in, though, and Warlight's trying to turn it around. He actually takes down the Jax and kills Holy Phoenix in one fell swoop. Now, if there's 2 versus 2, this is actually not looking too bad at all from Inspire.
Warlight has to go back to defend mid, so he can't really spend the time to take out Rudy here. There's no opportunity for Rudy to take an objective off this. He can't get the Baron. It's only him and Cass alive. And Warlight, as I said, has to back himself away. I want to see what caused Werlib to take so much damage in that fight, because I don't feel like he got locked down by anything, and if he did, he has a QSS already.
And didn't use it.
And didn't use it. It was available this entire fight long, so my focus on this fight is going to be on where Werlib ends up and where the damage he takes. Once again, Godbro landing good AoE from this Corki. Baron is assisting. So Werlib comes into the fight, pops his ult, knock up into hook, gets locked down, gets pushed back. So most of this CC is not really QSS-able when it comes to knockups. You could have flashed early. So Werlib is just taking damage at this point. Can't get in range because of the knockback.
Yeah.
So there was maybe the Nautilus auto he could have like QSS to get himself away. There was like 50-50 on what he could QSS and what he couldn't. So I think he was holding it in case of like Lissandra ult. Yeah. So you can just get himself out, which makes sense.
I mean, Lissandra ultimate was just at the start of the final to Rudy.
That's true.
And if you look at the rest of the CC, honestly, staggering blow from Nautilus might not be the worst. It's a full second at this current level, at level 15. So maybe.
Yeah, it's like, oh, QSS it 12 seconds later. I hope you don't auto me again.
Yeah, I mean, like,
the fight should be over by then.
What else is there to QSS though? Like, I almost feel like Merc treads are better.
QW? I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, there is crowd control still in there, but it's.
I mean, the snare is longer from Sartorius' staggering blow, but here comes another engage. I feel like I've seen this one before, but this time there's no Kozq ultimate onto Rudy. There it is. And now they'll turn it around. Good pillar will slow everyone from Inspire.
I don't know how I feel about that ult. Just throwing it out at the end. Just like, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's got a personal vendetta.
I mean, he now can't use it on Werlib.
Yeah.
Because of the QSS. So, I mean, he now has to look for other targets. Sivir has a spell shield. It's... that's a tough interaction, unless like it's an obvious ult coming from Lissandra, if that makes sense. She's kind of got to be walking towards you, otherwise the timing's
this could
weird.
Be close, looking for the steal. It goes over to HUMA though. This is a very messy fight in this Baron pit. Holy Things will go down at 3 for 1. But there is a Jax
with the Baron buff at this point.
This is actually very scary. This tower may die before the teleport comes in.
He didn't
Not
get
quite in time. Werlib in this 1v2. Sartorius is trying to CC up Werlib for his life. But he'll just turn around and annihilate the Northless in this 1 versus 1. He's got the counter strike, and Maxlor can't kill him, and he just finishes off the game. HUMA take game 2. What an ending to the game.
I wasn't even ready. I'm just here like my water bottle in my hand, stood up. Oh, give me a second to settle myself. The end of that game. Whew.
Almost had a Super Dane moment. I just had to sit down.
Sit down. It's like, whew, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That turret died quick.
I mean, that game was Werlib's Jax. Like, that's basically what happened. Like, I mean, it was good. Like, we saw it very late into the rotation. It was last pick, I believe, actually, on red side. And we actually saw it banned out a fair bunch, like, early into the weeks. People were really respecting the Jax. He didn't play it for the entire split. And he brings it out now when they lose a single game, and then he just, like, kills everyone. And we're talking in laning phases, like, have we shut down Jax enough? And yes, they did to a certain extent. 20 CS lead, had the kill on him. But it was when you called it, like, the triple kill in the team fight. And once he's got 3 kills and he hits like 2 items, then...
It's like old Fizz in Kassadin, where it's like, you give him 2, that's it. The game's made. Game's set for himself. He then picks up the Rage Blade, goes into the Titanic Hydra, gets himself the Gunblade as well.
Like that
attributed. The Gunblade, the ability to take on 2 people very easily at the end and ignore a tower at the same time is like, Gunblade, it's just going to start auto-attacking people down. That was that was an impressive game from Werlib. Wasn't the best start to the game, but he was just patient and was like, I've still got this.
But I mean, that's Jax, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to win the early game to win the game. So, well played by HUMA, 1-1 now, and we're just 2 games into this best of 5. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Challenger playoff action right after this.